freeze, a party come move around like the first rush when the school.
डायरेक्ट लाइव कर दिया मैंने। बिना गाना बजा।
I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Deoteria, almost 20 generations ago.
And what a fine family yours is indeed.
Surely you exaggerate, Lady Furina. My lady?
What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god who's...
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your power, then.
So interminable. Hundreds of years must have passed by now. But I never imagined that it would have reached my limit. I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries. All I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act.
Furina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone. Your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you just share it with me. I'm what
A witness. And if to that is in... He's right. I could confide in him, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected... No, Furina. You shouldn't be selfish. But what if... Furina, you've worked so hard for so long. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone in whom you can confide your frustration. If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, think about it long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. I am Furina. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness...
Fine.
So even Furina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principles, you must first deceive yourself. She did very well. If she let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, it seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works. But that is only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine? That is the most important thing.
Ah, good. Good, good. Of course, the Eudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along. Am I right?
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
ओ भाई साहब
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Furina suffered? My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the Oratrice. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority had to be accumulated to enact this death sentence.
It was all part of your plan then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the Oratrice. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia and breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Furina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
But...
Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
all you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked. Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
Oh,
I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, existence was Egeria's justice, and to me, justice is the continuation of that existence. defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. That should be the justice enthroned over all others. At this point, we, whether it be myself or all other Fontainians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long. Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our land, when you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, I see now that that was your idea too. At last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel. You are a devious one, Focalors. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
Baizhu.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
डांस करे कौन मरता? सिर कटते हुए दिखाया है तो भी नहीं बस इसको इसका पावर देते हुए दिखाया नहीं यार भाई साहब पावर आ गया
I, Iudex Neuvillette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened? Has the death sentence
एला
been
चढ़वाई
carried
किया
out?
अच्छा
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to
बढ़िया
end this.
मस्त
We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't
can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the primordial sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
ओ भाई साहब ज्यादा कर रहा हो रहा है ये। अरे मैंने स्टोरी नहीं करी, तुम नया टॉरेंस डोमेन कह रहा हो। राउंड्स ये चाइल्ड की वेल का अटैक।
They're going to execute it?
आँख की आँख।
But how are we
किससे
gonna
लड़ना है,
do
किससे
that?
लड़ना है?
It's huge!
क्यों लड़ना है? मेरे को तो ये समझ नहीं आ रहा भाई, लड़ने की क्या जरूरत है? मारने दे इसको।
Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source.
इम्यून तो नहीं है।
Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together.
ओ मेरे को डैमेज नहीं हुआ क्या?
I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Going in! Nice and spicy!
ये है कुछ।
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
ये क्या है? छोड़ मेरे को। ये क्या हुआ भाई? हाँ? ये क्या है भाई?
Everybody stand back!
ये गुंडा बदमाश।
Quietly now.
I have granted you my protection.
अबे साला। पोकेमॉन, मैं तुम्हें चुनता हूँ। भाई सेक्सी
Thanks
भूत
for
कौन है?
helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
That power. Who are you exactly?
Hyman has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world. So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative, it eats too much, and I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
Miss Kirk.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did. His name is Sir Tologi.
Huh?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name the Fowl?
The Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfalnir then? Or Gold Rhindaughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhindaughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhindaughter. They are both pursuing some form of
Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Furina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here! All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry! Hey, lend a hand! water's receding!
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
ओके, जब हाइड्रो और कौन ही नहीं रहेगा तो प्रोफेसी कैसे वो होगी फुलफिल? गॉट इट.
The soil renewed. The Spina Rasula talks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a skyship winglet. Boon or bane of the Fontaine Reef, the various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute. With people always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, the value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish?
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down several times already?
Oh, this time will be different. Come on, let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll...
अभी एक ही वो हुआ है क्या? भाई साहब एक ही हुआ क्या है मेरा भी? ये गलत है यार, एक भी नहीं हुआ. ये चीटिंग होगी तो मैं नहीं खेल रहा यार. मैं आया चाय बना के.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it. I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again. Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you? I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again. Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you? Oh, good roll. Alright, maybe I'll take one more day off, and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it. I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
आई एम बैक बैक। कहाँ जाना बे? नाविया नाविया कहाँ हो तुम हरामखोर नाविया? बटुई हरभजन से क्या बात कर रही है ये?
Oh, it's you. What?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Hmm? Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in... Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but...
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report?
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly Nate?
That would be fine.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clarin?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Furina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well...
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel. About what it was like facing down a god.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor for Navia's sake? Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Chlorine. Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up.
ये मेरा पोस्ट क्यों कर रहा है?
Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clarand. Wow, you really do have that never...
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess, too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillette, and he told you, right?
That's a very
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Wriothesley will make a personal appearance.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first. Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to after...
Fortress of Meripede. Fucking asshole. ये भूल भुलैया है यार, ये भूल जाता हूँ रास्ता.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
ये दोनों तो हैं lovebirds.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all... Miss Charlotte,
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier, hmm?
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very...
No, I just... This is my first time
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've the boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh. Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another...
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be...
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of the...
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new
Siegeween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take... Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween.
Huh? Sure. Do I have to smile?
ये लोली कैरेक्टर बड़े अच्छे होते हैं यार.
So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less...
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurier? Miss Lor...
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duty. As to what Miss Furina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
चल अब निकल जल्दी यहाँ से.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
और ये टाइम पास बंद करो, अब मेरे को फुरीना बिल्ड करनी है मेरी.
Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right. Last stop, the docks.
हाँ भाई डॉक्स. ये वाला डॉक्स. Monsieur Novelet. भाया.
आया.
Time to go.
मेरे को एक
कितना बचा है ये? मेरे को एक क्यों?
मेरे को एक कल्प्रिट ढूंढना है. कौन मेरा हॉटस्टार से कॉफी विद करण देख रहा है?
तुम जानते हो.
नहीं, मैंने किसी को दिया नहीं है बाहर.
Navia mentioned that she stayed
कौन
in
है
touch
अभी
with
विशाल?
Minnie and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange
Traveler.
फिर से पैकेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहा है.
Ah, and Miss Charlotte too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
कितना बचा भाया देखना है
What
बताना.
sort of gadget is it?
खत्म
wondrous
होने
bag
वाला है.
that can
अभी
be used
हाँ,
to
इसका
carry
बाद आप
many
न्यू विलेज
things.
से मिलोगे.
The
फिर
water
खत्म.
level has returned to normal.
ओ नहीं,
But if you see any of your things floating
अभी
around,
है
you
और
can use this
आधे
to
घंटे.
carry them.
आधा घंटा 20 मिनट.
Hmm.
15
I
मिनट.
wonder which of my friends would fall for.
वो देख रहा है उसको.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by...
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
वो नंबर मांग रही.
Oh, sure. You sure are working hard to help Fermine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll...
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte's...
Got it.
इसको क्या हो रहा है?
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very great.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help.
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well, after Lady Furina left, Father and Monsieur Nervilette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Well, that's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit irresponsible?
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Nervilette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
So there's some reason for this, though.
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the end.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't, but back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allies.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
आ गई है? Oh, nice.
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied.
यहीं लड़ लो इससे यार ले लो छुड़ा लो.
The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on... As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, traveler, Paimon, you take one
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met, too. I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths. All right, then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good...
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see her new
Look for new village. बे साले तू जेनोसिस दे दिया, जोंगली ने भी दे दिया, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करके इसने भी दे दिया, चेंज ऑफ हार्ट में साला तमाशा बना के रखा है। वो एंटी पिट गया बेचारा नोसिस के लिए।
Take it easy.
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
पेट पे लात खाया उसने।
हाँ
So, you really are here, Neuvillette? Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Oh.
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too!
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Focalor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Guess Focalor had Fontanians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontanians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontanians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
ritual won't be of any further use.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Furina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Furina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume? I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have... Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you. The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
The Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look there's a...
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the Gnosis. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet?
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons. but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Ah, of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Who are
The
they?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
दे बोला उसने. Third descender दे. Pronoun.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here. I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy, comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine...
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human.
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us.
भाया मेरे को तुम्हारे अकाउंट में घुसना है। तो रिक्वेस्ट में नहीं खोलूँगा। मिस्टर भाया, अरे भाया कहाँ हो? ओ मिस्टर भाया, मिस्टर भाया गेम में हो क्या?
Time to go.
Order guide.
I'm going in!
Clouds high. The birds call.
Solidify.
Time for a light show! Here come the fireworks!
Stabilize.
Fire hazard!
मिस्टर भाया, ट्रायल वाला है, ये कर दिया ना। क्या बचा है? ये भी हो गया। कमीशन तो हो चुकी है।
Time to go.
Add Astra.
अरे म्यूट हो तुम। बोलते क्या है हमको? ट्रांसलेशन ये सेंड लेक लाइट लिली घुसना होगा अब मेरे को किसी के पास से। मैं आई विल प्रज्यूम इट यस, क्योंकि वो रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहा। कर दिया, लेकिन अगर इसने लेकर रखा होगा तो फिर मैं कैसे लूँगा? इसने लेकर रखा है। इसने लेके रखे हैं यार।
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
फिर किसी के बड़े में जाना पड़ेगा। साला जिसके में फुल कलर नहीं दिखेगी उसके में जाऊंगा।
माया आ गया।
आई गई क्या? तो फिर तुम्हारे वर्ल्ड में आऊँगा। करो, चालू करो।
कर रहा हूँ।
वैसे भी सबने डिक्लाइन कर दी थी। हेलो रूट एफएफ। कौन सा डे है आज?
थर्सडे।
लव डे। चलो चलो जल्दी सब कलेक्ट कर लूँगा मैं। कितना लेट हूँ मैं? बहुत लेट। इसका डे कब रहता है यार फरीना के टैलेंट का? भाई भी लग मेरे पास तो फरीना है नहीं, मैं क्या बताऊँ। ट्यूसडे फ्राइडे ठीक है। ये चालू है।
हाँ हो रहा है लोडिंग सीट।
भाई साहब इधर गांडू। क्या हाल है रूट? पुल वुल नहीं कर रहे क्या? मैं आज ही योर लाइन एप्पल खत्म किया। ये क्या है? योर लाइन एप्पल। और मैं इसका आर्कन क्वेस्ट खत्म किया। भाई साहब पूरा दिन लग गया, लेट हो गया। अच्छा था भाई, लेकिन गजब खेली गेम वो। आ गए क्या?
चलो
तो
इतना टाइम क्यों लगा रहा है?
आ गए हो तुम? ऑनलाइन हो?
मेरा में लोडिंग है अभी।
उसको पावर देते हुए नहीं दिखाया यार न्यू ब्लेड को। उसको फुल कलर को पावर
हाँ
ट्रांसफर कर दिया। हाँ हो गया आर्कन क्वेस्ट। वो और दिखाते तो मज़ा आता है। बाकी साले का पावर तो गजब था। हो गया भाई, मैं फरीना हेटर से फरीना लवर बन गया। आर्कन क्वेस्ट कर लिए क्या? आया भाई नहीं आता? भाई यार मेरे को भी करना है। नाइस। डायलॉग के साथ कितना टाइम लगा? बहुत टाइम लगा यार, 3-4 घंटे। रुला दिया भाई।
फिर से भेजना।
भेज नहीं पा रहा मैं। कूल डाउन पे फिर आप भेजता हूँ। टाइम आउट। रुला दिया भाई। हाँ भाई बढ़िया था यार, गजब गेम खेली वो सबके साथ। खुद को सेक्रीफाइस करने के लिए इतना गेम। खुला है ना सब?
सब खुला है।
आप भी सब लेता हूँ। कल तक कितना हेड था जो ना बंद नहीं हो रहा है। फुल कर रहे हो क्या फिर तुम? तुमने किसी को वर्ल्ड में घुसने तो नहीं दिया था?
नहीं नहीं।
सेक्रीफाइस मतलब या मे बी स्पॉइलर फॉर यू। हाँ फुल करेंगे। कैरेक्टर भी अच्छी है वो, फुल करने लायक है। भाई यार मैं कल करूँगा भाई। स्ट्रीम पे ही देख लेते, टाइम पे जाते तो। मैं तो कर ही रहा था जब से बैठ के। ये मिल क्यों नहीं रहा यार? नहीं होते बहन के टके। अरे हाँ चलना, ट्यूटोरियल मत दे।
Clear weather all around brightens the heart.
रेडन के टाइम पे भी ऐसा हुआ, अब हिस्ट्री रिपीट अगेन। आर्कन क्वेस्ट ऐसे ही रहते हैं यार, और आर्कन भी ऐसे ही हैं सब। आर्कन अच्छे ही रहेंगे।
वेंटी को छोड़ के।
यस। वेंटी को छोड़ के मेरे हिसाब से तो वो जो वो भी रहेगी ना, सरीत सा, वो भी अच्छी ही होगी। वो भी कुछ चीज़ को स्टॉप करने के लिए ये सब कर रही है।
उसका भी एक रीजन होगा।
हाँ असल नारुतो के विलन की तरह है ये लोग, ऐसा लग रहा है। नहीं दे रहा भाई स्पॉइलर, थोड़ा नहीं बहुत ज़्यादा इमोशनल है। कंट्रोल उदय कंट्रोल। ये बहुत कम मिल रहा है यार तुम्हारे वर्ल्ड में, पता नहीं क्यों। मैं यूट्यूब में देख लूँ क्या चलेगा, एक्सपीरियंस ख़राब तो नहीं होगा ना? नहीं होगा ख़राब एक्सपीरियंस, मत देखो। खुद ही करना उसको। व्हाट द फक।
Time to go.
Busted.
यार खुद करने में बहुत टाइम लगेगा, अभी देखने का मन कर रहा। देख लो फिर, कट सीन्स देख लो, एक काम करो, वो भी चीज वो भी चल जाएगा।
Time to go.
कटसीन देखिएगा तो समझ में नहीं आया।
ये कहाँ की रास्ता है बे? मेरे बारे में थी नहीं। कट सीन नहीं, पूरी स्टोरी देखेंगे। लगता है मजनू भाई भावना में बह रहा है। मैं तो देखा है किया और अच्छे से मजे से करूंगा और इमोशनल हो पाऊंगा। मेरे को एक बार और करना है दूसरी आईडी में। स्ट्रेच डायलॉग्स जो है ना इस गेम के वो अच्छे नहीं लगते मेरे को। बाकी सब अच्छा लगता है इस गेम को। जबरन जो स्ट्रेच करते हैं ना चीज़ों को वो अच्छा नहीं लगता। मेरे हिसाब से 80 या 70 असेंडेड हो जाएगी ओम की भाई। मतलब मैं देख लेता हूँ फिर कर भी लूँगा। चलो बेल फ्रूट, लेकिन वो नहीं है यहाँ पे। ये क्या चीज़ है? तो कुछ से मारना है क्या? इसको मारूंगा तभी यहाँ पे वो आएंगे। तो लीव इट। तो मैप खोलने पे भी डैमेज अच्छा। कोऑप मोड फक। लगता है आज 12 बजे सोऊंगा, इसलिए तो कह रहा हूँ।
3-4 बज जाएगा इसका।
3-4 बज जाएगा, देखने में भी बज जाएगा 3-4। यहाँ पे नहीं है। दो तो है। अब हटो रे, ये फालतू पिटो मत मेरे से। यहाँ पे होते हैं क्या? नहीं होते। यहाँ पे होते हैं लेकिन। कल कोई तो बोल रहा था क्या फुरीना का गेम प्ले देखना। कौन था भाई वो?
Take it easy.
या अभी भी या ही चल रहा है। वो देखना।
Time to go.
पुनः के लिए फुल फार्म कर रहा। 50-50 हार गया। 15 हो गई है। फार्म करना पड़ेगा तभी मिलेगा यार, या अर्ली मिल जाए अगर तुम्हारा लक चल जाए। यहाँ नहीं है। मे बी दैट्स इट। इतने ही थे, हो गए। ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी होते हैं ना। मेरा तो लक था 50-50 भी चल गई, 50-50 जीत गया और वो भी हो गया,
Follow the wind.
अर्ली भी हो गया। पता नहीं कैसे हुआ, मेरा लक ऐसा चलता नहीं है, लेकिन ठीक है हो गया। मेरे से खराब लक नहीं किसी का। खा सकते ही हैं। चलो भाई लीव कर रहा हूँ, हो गया, बंद कर सकते हो। चलो अपग्रेड उसको वो करते हैं, असेंड में भी 80 हो जाएगी आज, फिर मेरे रीसेट हो जाएंगे कल, उनको कलेक्ट करके इसको 90 कर लेंगे। जस्ट इनफ मटेरियल्स। जस्ट इनफ 5 और चाहिए, अभी व्यवस्था करते हैं हम।
Surely enough to convince anyone to become.
हाइड्रो ड्रैगन सॉवरेन यूज हो जा। एट्टी हो जाएगी ना तो फिर यूज होने लायक हो जाएगी वो। ओह सो तुम भी हो फेस्टिंग डिजायर वाले। नाइस, फेस्टिंग डिजायर वाला प्लेयर मिलता है मेरे को बड़ा अच्छा लगता है। फेस्टिंग डिजायर वाला प्लेयर मिलता है तो मुझे बड़ा खुशी लगती है कि हाँ मिला एक और एंशिएंट प्लेयर। होप थोड़ा अर्ली मिल जाए, मिल जाएगी। मेरी डिसेंट है, कल ही बन गई। 5 आर्टिफैक्ट थे, पाँचों रोल किए, पाँचों ठीक निकल गए। वेपन फेस्टिंग डिजायर है। आर्टिफैक्ट्स में ये फ्लावर मिला है, बहुत अच्छा नहीं लेकिन हाँ काम चला हुआ है अभी। वेदर अच्छा मिल गया बहुत, सैंड्स भी ठीक ठाक मिल गया। ये एचपी का यूज़ कर रहा हूँ अभी, और ये क्रिट डैमेज मिला है। ये स्टैट्स हैं अभी। मुझे ये समझ नहीं आ रहा ये साली स्केल काहे पे करती, क्रिट रेट पे स्केल करती तो स्केलिंग पे क्रिट रेट बढ़ क्यों नहीं रहा है। अच्छा अब बढ़ेगा, ठीक है। हाँ यार और थोड़ा चाहिए, नहीं सफिशिएंट है मेरे को, सही लग रहा है यार। चेड भाई यू आर ऑलवेज राइट यार, ये फील नहीं आ रही डायलॉग देखने में। डायलॉग देखने वाली फील नहीं वाली बात नहीं, ये स्ट्रेच करते हैं चीज़ों को, वो सही नहीं है मेरे हिसाब से। इतना 166 ई ठीक है, इससे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत नहीं है। इसका ई का ड्यूरेशन भी बहुत ज़्यादा है, और कोई ज़्यादा कॉस्ट नहीं है, 60 कॉस्ट है। तो फिर डिपेंड ये भी करता है किसके साथ पेयर हो रही है। मैं तो जानता ही था स्ट्रीम देखने के बाद ये फर्स्ट आएगा।
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home.
हाँ साउंड मैंने ही बंद किया था भाई।
It is the last
मेरे
link
को
I
एक चीज़
have
बताओ,
to the
फ्रीना
land
इज गॉन ओके बट न्यूलेट और रॉयसली का क्या हुआ? अरे यार ये आया ही नहीं अभी तक। न्यूलेट को उसका पूरा एलिमेंटल पावर वापस मिल गया है। मैं तो डिवाइन वाइड स्क्वाड पर स्ट्रीम कर रहे थे, देख रहा था, फील आ गया। न्यूलेट को उसको पूरा पावर मिल चुका है एलिमेंटल हाइड्रो ड्रैगन का। और रॉयसली भाई जैसा था।
Time to go. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
अरे ये क्या कर दिया मैंने, फाक। अब एक्टिवेट नहीं होगा शमनावा।
I will have order. Gather.
Everybody stand back.
Solidify.
नहीं ड्रैगन फॉर्म नहीं दिखाया। हाँ अबे यार 1 पॉइंट माइनस उसके लिए। अरे यार 1 पॉइंट ज़्यादा दे दिया मेरे को ये। वेयर इज रीना? ओके 65 इज द क्रिट रेट इज द। और 12 से मिलेगा। न्यूलेट को फूलिश ड्रैगन दिखा सकते थे। आडियोस। एचपी भी ठीक है, 90 में शायद 35 हो जाएगी। और क्रिट 70 हो जाएगा। बढ़िया है भाई। 20 बचा है ना, जाते हैं 2 मिनट रुको। हाँ न्यूलेट को पावर मिल गया, ओके। और ये फरीना का आर्कन होने का भी कुछ सिस्टम दिखाया क्या? हाँ दिखाया है।
There is no escape. Make yourselves at home. Let the world collide.
The tides beckon. Settle down.
I see everything.
ठीक तो है, एनर्जी जनरेट होता रही है उसकी। मैं आर्कन कोस्ट होते ही फरीना का स्टोरी कोस्ट करूंगा। मेरा न्यूलेट नहीं बन पाया लेकिन मेरी फरीना बन गई। साला क्या है यार, न्यूलेट के मेरे को आर्टिफैक्ट्स नहीं मिले अभी तक। फरीना का एक ही दिन में हो गया, जो पहले से था उसी से हो गया। 3 का वाला सिस्टम था क्या और कुछ नहीं? 2 वाला ही है। ये देखो डेहा, देखो डेहा, डेहा देखो। डॉक्टर बेजू। चलो मूव टू। ठीक है ना, हो गया ना जितना होना था। कमीशंस तो करने की जरूरत है नहीं क्योंकि वो वाला कर लिया है। स्टोरी कोस्ट अभी खोलना नहीं है, स्टोरी कोस्ट अभी करना नहीं है। 2 आर्कन, ओके। आर्कन एक ही है, स्प्लिट है रेडन की तरह। यार मेरे को करना, लग जाओ फिर। अभी चालू करोगे तो हो जाएगा 3-4 बजे तक खत्म, 3 बजे तक। साला ये भी एक का डबल। पहले तो उसको जरा इसमें बेजू चाहिए यार, बेजू चाहिए। भाई स्कूल नेम की चीज़ अभी भी एग्जिस्ट करती है दुनिया में। बात तो सही है, स्कूल नेम की चीज़ तो एग्जिस्ट करती है। वेस्ट में क्या है? ट्रायल कंप्लीट इन टाइम स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट लीस्ट डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन। क्या करना क्या है? ट्रायल कैरेक्टर, माय कैरेक्टर। I will go with this, this, and this. Monsieur Neuvillette. अरे यार ये वही वाला है। चला घूम उधर से उधर। ठीक है, टेलीपोर्ट।
Stabilize.
Absorption test. Stand clear. Odds revealed.
Order guide you.
Absorption test.
टेलीपोर्ट। ये क्या है? अच्छा ये तीनों जब कर दूंगा तब वो खुल जाएगा। टेलीपोर्ट।
Enhanced cannon will mark
Solidify. Be sanctified.
by royal decree.
अरे मरी गया यार ये तो। मारना शुरू किया तो मर गया। पूरे 4.5 घंटे वसूल थे या थोड़ा टाइम वेस्ट ही? थोड़ा टाइम वेस्ट है।
Stand clear. Absorption test. Odds revealed.
Let the mighty be humble.
अरे उसकी अल्टी तो पूरी चलने दो यार। नहीं, थोड़ा सा बीच बीच का कह लो।
That's happy to apply. Animal hypostasis emulation. Absorption test. By royal decree.
Gather.
Lucky today.
Be sanctified.
Finally, some target practice.
Wings of darkness. Raise a storm. Sever night from. Stand clear.
Where do you think you're going?
Swirl. Mark 2.
Settle down.
No.
Monsieur Nevelet. Leave the room. Fuck this game. कोई बात नहीं रूट। नाइस नाइस। मेजेंटा कलर, वाह। 2 कमीशन और करनी पड़ेगी। इजी पीजी। बेजू पे स्क्वीजी। ये बेजू देखो, नहीं मिला, कोई बात नहीं। अब हम 2 कमीशन करेंगे। सस्ती वाली मारा पीटी है क्या? कंप्यूटर का इंफ्लुएंस। क्या यार, एक मूवी में एक बार बस इंटरवल होता है, इनको बताओ कोई। ये टैक्टिक्स होते हैं यार चीज़ों पे क्या होल्ड कर रखने के लिए, कि भाई आदमी उलझा रहा है चीज़ों में। अभी भी साला कुछ नई नई मिस्ट्रीज लाके पटक दी है। वो चाइल्ड का मास्टर घुसेड़ दिया उनने उसमें, स्कर्क। वो थर्ड असेंडर घुसेड़ दिया, बता दिया जिनों से उसकी बॉडी से बना है भैंस की आँख। ऐसी ऐसी तो हरकतें कर रहे हैं ये, स्टोरी से बाहर ही नहीं जाने दे रहे किसी को। वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ, साला स्टोरी से बाहर ही नहीं जाने दे रहे किसी को।
Nice and spicy.
Step right up.
किसी को जान ही नहीं दे रहा था स्टोरी से बाहर। मशरूम नॉकिंग छोड़ो यार, कोई पास आस का नहीं है क्या? हाँ, मशरूम नॉकिंग कर लेंगे। चीज़ें क्लियर ही नहीं हो रही ना, दिक्कत ये हो रहा है स्टोरी में, आदमी उलझ गया है अब। वो सुकून से जा भी नहीं सकता गेम छोड़ के, मेरी तरह। अगर किसी बंदे ने फोंटे तक स्टोरी पढ़ ली, वो चाह के भी गेम नहीं छोड़ सकता। वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ, मेरे साथ तो वही है ना, मैं चाह के भी इस गेम को नहीं छोड़ पा रहा हूँ, क्योंकि उस साला उलझ गया स्टोरी में। वो दोनों भाई बहन को मेरे को देखने ही क्या हो रहा है, और नई नई चीज़ें उलझाते जा रहे हैं यार ये।
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
मैंने बस सुमेरु स्किप किया है, सालों कौन करेगा वो। टोटल मिला के 21 घंटे का आर्कॉन पर इस डायलॉग के साथ। सुमेरु को उतना अच्छा था भी नहीं, सही बताऊँ मुझे उतना अच्छा नहीं लगा था सुमेरु का। ये ज़्यादा अच्छा है, ये बहुत अच्छा है। रेडन के बाद अब ये दूसरा मेरे को दूसरा ये भी अच्छा लगा काफ़ी। जोंगली वाला भी अच्छा था, वो थोड़ा सा मेरे को डल लगा था सुमेरु वाला। और वेंटी वाला में तो स्टार्टिंग में कोई चीज़ समझ आ नहीं रही थी, सही बताऊँ गेम में इतना न्यू था मैं कि कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था मेरे को कि हो क्या है, क्या चल क्या रहा है साला। ये आर्कान आर्कान होता क्या है। प्रीमो जेम्स को तो परमी जेमो बोलता था। भाई भाई ये क्या हो रहा है। हाँ उस समय ये समझ आता था भाई भाई ये क्या, वो पहली बार जब उड़ रहे थे डिवालिन के पीछे पीछे समझ नहीं आता भाई भाई ये क्या हो रहा है, यही सोच रहा था मैं। तो समझ आ रहा है उसकी पीठ पे मारना है। मैं भी लाइक पाइमोन के अगर कुछ मिस्टीरियस है तो ये पानी से कैसे बाहर आएगा। पाइमोन का तो वही चल रहा है, वो गॉड ऑफ टाइम वाला, वही रूमर्स बहुत तेज हैं पाइमोन के तो। तो फुरीना के लिए मुझे फुरीना वाला पैट भी मानना पड़ेगा ना। वो उसका स्कर किसका पैट है वो। फुरीना का मटेरियल फ्री से मिलेगा। वाह शिट।
Fallen leaves, adorn my night into the wind.
Here comes the finale. Step right up.
मीन चेजम। अबे मैं तो अभी जोंगली से बात कर रहा था, ये गड्ढे में किसने फेंक दिया। मतलब जोंगली का भी रियल पावर दिखाया नहीं यार इन लोगों ने, मजा नहीं आया उसमें मेरे को। मतलब जोंगली को लोर करेक्ट तो बताओ, 7,000 कितने 5,000 साल 7,000 साल पुराना आदमी है वो, उसको वैसा तो बताओ। कांटेक्ट करता रहता है बस।
As one with wind and cloud, wind strike.
वो बेवड़ा भी 7,000 साल पुराना है लेकिन नशे में ही रहता है, 7,000 साल से नशे में साला। जोंगली के साथ इन गेम तो जस्टिस नहीं हुआ भाई। फरीना का लोर दिखाया कि न्यूलेट ने संभाल लिया, सब दिखाया ना फरीना का, दिखा पर है नो स्पेस इन आर्टिफैक्ट एंड पाऊ की ये गेम की। नहीं यार इसकी जगह मैं वो बढ़ा लेता हूँ 8 XP। कुछ मिला है क्या रोल करने लायक, इसको ही कर देता हूँ। नाइस। मे बी आया तो पीस क्या दिखाया थोड़ा सा स्पॉइलर। हिस्ट्री बताइए, मतलब हाइड्रो आर्कॉन की क्या है, कैसा हुआ, क्या हुआ, क्यों हुआ, ये प्रोफेसी क्यों बनी, किसके कारण बनी, कैसे बनी, ये सब दिखाया। फाउंटेन्स के पीपल कैसे हुए बने, साला यही एक चीज थी जिस पे उसको रोल नहीं होना था, तो उस पे ही वो रोल हुआ। पिछली वाली हार्ड ड्रैगन कैसे मरी वो ही दिखाया, वो सब दिखाया ना। अबे क्रिट पे क्यों रोल हो रहा है? कंटेंट डूबा लेकिन वापस पानी खत्म हो गया, कम हो गया। डूबा तो था लेकिन पानी वापस कम हो गया। ऑल थैंक्स टू न्यूबलेट चाचा। नहीं एक्चुअली मैं फुरीना चाची, कोलकल और चाची, सब उसी की प्लानिंग थी।
Time to go.
सब कुछ फुरीना चाची की प्लानिंग थी।
Fallen leaves, adorn my night into the
अरे
wind.
फुरीना नहीं यार, कोलकल। और कितनी बार बोलूं, कोलकल और मरी है। मरी नहीं है, सेक्रीफाइस किया उसने खुद को।
A round of applause.
मारा नहीं, वो डेड हो गया। मारा नहीं।
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Clouds high, the birds call, one with nature.
Everybody stand back.
The wind knows it.
Let's get this show on the road. Now disappear.
अमन अमन क्यों? अमन कौन है? ऐसे ही है कि किसी में बोला था हमारे फ्रेंड सर्कल में, आमी तो है। अमन अमन कौन है? वेट लेट मी सी फॉर का मीनिंग क्या होता है। पूसा लो फोकलोर का मतलब
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
द ग्रेटेस्ट कुछ करके होता है क्या?
Stay calm. Stay calm. Everybody stand back.
Into the wind.
Here comes the finale.
फिजिकल लेने अटैक करता जाता। इम्प्रेसिव। आर्टिफैक्ट बहुत हुए जा रहा है लेकिन रोल करने को नहीं है कुछ मेरे पास। इन्वेंटरी भरा भरा जा रही है यार, फिर भराने वाली है।
I'm going in. Let's light it up.
As one with wind and cloud.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
मे बी सैंड्स है ना, इसको रोल करके देखते हैं, इस पर अटैक आएगा कि वो आएगा फिर डैमेज स्प्लिट रेट। मैसेच्यूसेट्स हंटर अच्छा है यार, काफ़ी इससे अच्छा तो मुश्किल ही हो पाएगा ये। ट्रैश फुल कलर का मतलब है वाटर स्टेक, नाइस मीनिंग। अरे भाया ये लॉस्ट प्लेयर को लेवल अप करूं क्या मटेरियल्स हैं पूरे, किसके लिए? बात पहुंची है कि किसके लिए? कर लो मटेरियल कर लो, वेपन को लेवल अप करने में कितना कोई इशू नहीं हो, तुम तो खास तौर पे AR-60 पे हो। ये बहुत ज़्यादा रिसोर्स यूज़ नहीं होते वैसे वेपन, स्टार्टिंग में दिक्कत है, तुम तो कर सकते हो। आई फील लकी कि मेरे को लॉस्ट प्लेयर नहीं मिली है अभी तक, लेकिन ये भोसड़ी के वेपन मिले हैं बहुत मेरे को मेन आईडी में। हाँ तो मेन आईडी में तो लेवल AR-60 हो ना, तो इसमें थोड़ा ना AR-60 होगा। कर लो उसको लेवल अप, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, क्या तो रिसोर्स पड़ा तुम्हारे पास भी। मिला होगा ना लॉस्ट प्लेयर आपके मेन आईडी में? नहीं लॉस्ट प्लेयर कहाँ मिला? लॉस्ट प्लेयर नहीं मिला है मुझे अभी तक। इसका है बट एटलस पड़ी है दो दो, और फीना का मतलब ओरिजिन होता है। नाइस, एक स्काइवर्ड एटलस तो इसमें भी पड़ी ना मेरे पास, ये पड़ी। अच्छा वही नहीं है मेरे पास। यार विश नहीं आ पाई, बेटी देखते हैं कितनी हो गई है। 65 हो गई, एक अभी भी करी थी ना, 66 हो गई। 66 हो गई है, 10 पुल तो मिल ही जाएंगे मेरे को लग रहा है ना? 10 पुल तो मिलेंगे यार। मैं कल के लिए बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ, पर 4.5 घंटे फक दिस होल गेम। खैर वो ना भी है कि बंदे मन ने जितना तो कर लिया है मैंने, बस 4 और स्कोर बचा है, फिर शायद थोड़ा और कम बचा होगा ना। तो बीच बीच में जो दूसरे क्वेस्ट आके नाटक करते हैं वो सब भी हटा दिए ना। मे बी मे बी मे बी नहीं मिला कुछ। मे भी 3 साढ़े 3 घंटे में हो जाएगा। ट्रैश मिल जाए यार कुछ अच्छा। ट्रैश कितना बज गया? 11। हाँ चलो निकले अब यार। चीज और देखने के लिए था मेरे को, एक चीज और देखने अभी नहीं जा रहा। मैंने फुरीना का खुद का डैमेज तो टेस्ट ही नहीं किया यार कि वो कैसा डैमेज कर रही है। इतनी लापरवाही क्यों करी मैंने? Why I do this? मुझे C1 न्यूलेट करना पड़ेगा यार, ऐसा लग रहा है। नेक्स्ट टाइम फेजू इज कमिंग मुंबई सेंट्रल। रीना मारो इनको। अरे इनमें ही देख लूंगा मैं तो, फायर वायर रेगिस्तान की जरूरत क्या है। ओह नाइस, ठीक है। इसको मारो इसको।
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
इसको मारो। बढ़िया है भाई, ओपी है। पाँच हजार, 6,000, 7,000 ऐसे ही तो मार रहे हैं। स्टोरी वाइज खैर मैंने स्टोरी करी नहीं, पर अभी भी मुझे फुरीना रेडन से ज़्यादा अच्छी लग सो स्टोरी यार। सबकी ऐसी फुल करो। अरे हाँ यार, सबकी ऐसी फुल करनी पड़ेगी, तभी तो वो एचपी ड्रॉ करेगी। हाँ वही भूल ही जाता। फुरीना की टीम का एक यही मेरे को इशू लगा थोड़ा सा, कि शी विल नीड अ हीलर। वैसे मेरा न्यूलेट भी हीलर है।
Silence!
आना भाई जरा।
Illusion shattered.
Settle down!
मीनवाइल न्यूलेट खुद की सुरक्षा खुद। हाँ तुम्हें नहीं, न्यूलेट मेरा हीलर है, प्रोटोटाइप एम्बर है ना, हील भी करता है। अल्टी से।
Bow your head.
Let my name echo in song.
ओ हर हर टेक के साथ एचपी कम हो रही सबकी। न्यूलेट लेकिन उस पे आ गया अपने। लास्ट वाला टेक 18 के कमा रहा था उसने, क्रैब ने। ओ सब हील होते हैं। न्यूलेट को सो रहे थे क्या?
I present.
सब हील होती है, पूरी टीम हील होती है क्या? नहीं, वो जो फैन फेयर जनरेट होते हैं वो कहाँ दिखते हैं यार इसके? वो तो पढ़ा पहले। सब हील नहीं होते, फरीना का यही है, अगर कोई टीम में हीलर है तो फरीना उसको छोड़ के किसी भी रैंडम कैरेक्टर को हील करेगी टीम में। तो मेरी टीम में हीलर नहीं, लेकिन हाँ न्यूलेट हीलर है। फैन फेयर डैमेजिंग कन्वर्सन रेशियो, फैन फेयर इनकमिंग हीलिंग बोनस कन्वर्सन है। लेवल 4 ई पे काफ़ी ठीक डैमेज है मेरे हिसाब से तो। चलो कल इसके वो करेंगे फार्म पर। क्या नाम है उनका, टैलेंट बुक। रैंडम कैरेक्टर करती गई। नियर बाय पार्टी मेंबर, मेंबर्स है। अच्छा वो नीचे जो होते हैं स्पॉन वो। नियर बाय पार्टी मेंबर्स, रैंडम नहीं है। आपको करती है। ये क्या है? जेनोक्रोमेटिक फॉन्टेमर एबरेंट एबिलिटी, ये क्या चीज़ है भाई? ये कौन सा गैजेट है भाई? फुरीना डैमेज अच्छा देती अगर थोड़ा सा अटैक ज़्यादा फास्ट होते। हेलो हिमांशु।
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered.
ये जेनोक्रोमेटिक एबरेंट ये कौन सा डिवाइस है? ये है क्या? नहीं क्या इसके बाद ये क्या? मेरा दोबारा डाउनलोड कर रहा हूँ जेंशन। कांग्रेचुल लवड़ा लहसुन, ये कब इतना? अब भी देख के आता हूँ। कहाँ फाउंटेन वाला कांग्रेचू लवड़ा लहसुन। आपको खेलते देखकर मेरा भी मन हो रहा है। मेरा मैसेज देखो। अरे वो अंडर वाटर एबिलिटी को जेनोक्रोमेटिक बोलते हो। फाउंटेन ऑफ ल्यूसीन। अरे यार एक चीज़ मुझे करना था, वो करके फिर बंद करूँगा गेम। एक चीज़ मुझे करना थी, मुझे एक चीज़ करना थी। ये मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ। मैं ये चीज़ करना चाहता हूँ। यूहू ये चिकन वॉक ऑन वाटर। इसका ड्यूरेशन बहुत है यार ई का। CD 20 सेकंड, ड्यूरेशन 30 सेकंड, ऑल टाइम अप। फाउंटेन के नीचे मतलब पानी में। ओह स्पीड तेज है भाई। भाई ये कौन सी जगह है? अच्छा ये कौन सा पावर है? ओके मैं जा रहा, कल क्वेस्ट करूँगा, मैं भी जा ही रहा हूँ। मैं भी जा रहे लाऊंगा, मैं भी कल आऊँगा। चलो गाइस बाय बाय, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग, कल मिलते हैं, सी या।
One's a compliment, two's a crowd, three's a party coming. Move around like a fresh fresh when you